All right. I'm pretty sure we're up and running. Here we go. Welcome to a special edition of 420 of Don't Listen to Us. I'm the coach Rob Moreno. I'm here with my boy Brian. Oh, with my boy
What's up,
Dane.
Brian?
There you go.
Brian Roman.
There you go. See, this is the best part. We don't have anything acted out. We just kind of go with it. So, I just want to start the show off. As much as I love movies, and I said this off the air before we started going. I hate electronics. It took us about almost an hour just to trying to get to this show. The audio's not working, and then my video's not working, and then I gotta download it on my phone, and I gotta move it to PC. I don't know if everyone can relate with me because some of them are techs out there, but I hate all forms of electronic right now. I was gonna throw my computer out the window. I've been downloading a game for the last 2 days on my PlayStation. Oh man, it's the struggle is real, man. The struggle is real. But how are you doing? I just want to say that. That's
Well,
my
pretty
rant of the
much.
day.
Just today was crazy. My wife went back to work after the imprisonment, so I'm left home with the boys. It was a nightmare. Oh my god, being a dad, a mom, and a teacher now, it's not an easy job. It's like I want to go back to work. Please open up the
you,
office.
trust me, you are not the only one alone, man. I can't even go take a shit because now Gabriel learned to open doors. So if I
Oh,
don't if I don't lock the door, I just see a little head pop in. He laughs, and then he'll close the door, run away, and then he comes back, opens it again, and then he'll close the door and run away. So now there's no more privacy because if I lock the door, all you hear is "Papa, Papa, Papa," and he starts knocking and going crazy. Oh my God! Everyone feels your pain, man. Everyone feels your pain. Like just to get this boy to study is it's the hardest thing to do, man. Like he doesn't want to write, he doesn't want to speak, he doesn't want to draw the lines where he has to. Oh,
I get that with the little one, and on top of that, I got my teenager that just wants to be on his cell phone with his friends and playing video games. So actually
living the
having him,
dream.
I gotta wake him up at 7. I have to wake him up at 7, get him ready. They're doing this like online classes now, and it's just for him to get started. It's like an odyssey. Like he gets an attitude. He doesn't want to wake up. Then you're rushing him and pushing him. It's like I know. He knows everything, but he still doesn't take that time.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh at your pain, but I'm gonna laugh at your pain. Like it's it's rough, man. And imagine we're only doing a short amount of shifts, right? And that short amount of shift, when I'm with Gabriel and Mitzi's not, oh man, I take him outside. We run for 45 minutes straight. Then we come back. I give him minions, and then I have to cook. But then I have to get used to making him do stuff because I keep doing things for him.
Mhm.
Man, it's a pain in the ass. But
And it's
oh,
tough part.
uh,
It's a tough part. It's tough.
it's a tough part to actually do the job. It's like again, I know it's not supposed to be a chore, but god damn it, it's a goddamn chore, man. It's a choice
It's
to actually do it.
it's an exhausting chore because you end the day completely exhausted. You're fatigued and you're like and like, oh my god, thank God this day is over.
Oh, oh, we
You're getting cut
we
off.
froze on there. We froze on there. Yeah, we
Oh,
froze on there.
uh,
Hey, how many times did you watch movies when you were young saying, "Ah, it can't be that hard"?
oh. See, I never forget my parents. You will understand the pain I'm going through once you have kids and like dad and mom. I completely sorry for everything I've done when I was a kid and a teenager.
You don't appreciate it till later, man. But hey, I know I'm the only one who's going to say this, but happy 420. I'm fucking loving today. It's the one day I get to abuse. So, which means all I get to do is watch movies and stuff. But hey, so what movies have you seen recently, man?
With movies, it's pretty much Netflix. I saw the new series Cold 88, I think it was. Or Cold something. It's like a futuristic movie about people with superpowers that are being controlled by the government, and this kid like has like electronic powers, goes all rogue, and he becomes like a part of a mafia. It's an interesting movie. I had fun watching it. It's that guy, the main actor for Arrow, he's on it. So
Yep.
it's okay. I mean, it's not like wow, mind-boggling movie, but it kept me entertained for the hour and a half, 2 hours it lasted.
I'm gonna give it a little more credit, man. I also saw Code. It's Code 8. I also saw it. I'm gonna give it a little more credit than you. I enjoyed it, man, for the fact that, well, first making mutants like immigrants was pretty funny. How they're like on the behind Home Depot. They're the ones all alienated and that nobody wants. And fucking, that was a cool little twist instead of just like riots in the street and they're always just trying to kill them. And then it was cool to have a character that you can not not so much, well, you can relate with the character, right, but not so much like in the sense of, oh, like I'm in that life, but to the point where you're saying, shoot, you do so much good and it just doesn't work out. So when you have an opportunity to make easy money, sometimes you just got to take that opportunity, man. You got to take
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I enjoyed it. When I saw the light, I knew that the chick was a healer. I'm like, oh my god, she's a healer. And then he's like, you're a healer. She's like, how did you know? I'm like, I've been watching years of this. I'm like, I know this. And then the crappy thing about watching those type of movies now and other movies is I try to guess before it happens. So I'm watching it, and then like I'm like, oh, he's gonna get soft. Oh, this is gonna happen. Oh, he's gonna do like, you know what I mean? I'm kind of trying to call it before it happens, and I hate that when I do that. But I was doing it this movie, but I still enjoyed it. The fact that it was a different type of story.
I like to. I mean, that's what kept me going on was the story. Like, this kid is struggling. He's worried. He's on top of his mom, trying to save his mom, and the part that where he learns to let her go. That was a very touching scene. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't bawl my eyes out, but
Yeah.
like, you know, it was touching, and
Uh,
it's just that I just expect a little bit more of the ending. The ending was just like a little bit too open. Like maybe there's a part two coming out or something like that.
oh, you know, there's a part two coming out. That's why it's so open. The second that they didn't put an ending, I was like, oh yeah, spoilers, spoilers. The fact that we should have called it before, but oh well, too late now. Um, the fact that they left it that much open, you know, they're just gonna come back and make another movie of it. They'll probably come out with three if the second one does good, because now they have it that Arrow is more in charge, and the other guy's gonna have to deal with its consequences. So the next one, I bet you the beginning is like Stephen Amell, I think, or I forget his name. Arrow. He's gonna be more of the big boss now, and he's gonna be coming out to finding out what's going on and all this stuff. That I guarantee that's gonna be the beginning of it. From there, I don't know where they're gonna go with it, but for me, that's where they're gonna start. They're gonna kind of go like after the X amount of time that he was away and he comes back.
Hmm. And you know that he's gonna build a new crew because he's just a one man show now. Right now, Arrow.
Yeah.
What mutant would you pick for your crew? Who would you have by your side?
Do you mean like I'm directing number two and I get to choose a type of like
No,
power
like
that I'm looking for?
your Arrow. You're like the new crime lord coming up, and you need to create a crew.
Uh huh.
Who would you have in your crew?
Man, okay, from watching that movie, I would have another guy with like Jean Grey powers, like the mind control, like not reading the minds, but the mind controlling. Like you can stop, like you know when he's sitting there and he's like trying to stop the guy, he's like going all crazy. I'd have one of those. I
Okay,
would
could
have, yeah, because I'm thinking, okay, I'm having a crew, right? I need four, including me with five. So I'd have
uh-huh.
him. I'd have another one of those. I would have a. The thing is, that's the worst part. I wouldn't even want a healer. I'd rather the big bodyguard guy have another one of those, like Iron Skin.
Uh-huh.
Then I would have. I would save the spot for the electrician guy and try to get him back, just to
Yeah.
make the movie, right? Just to keep the movie going.
Uh huh.
Then I would say a shapeshifter and the mind reader. So then when people are lying, you just have to grab them and do that, to change the color of the eye shit, and then everything's cool. That would be my crew. Those would be my crew right now. So I'm down four, waiting for the guy to come out, so then I can have the next movie. That'd be mine.
That's not bad.
You?
That's not bad. Like, I would go with a pyro, like the fire person.
Uh huh.
I would go with a strong guy.
Mm-hmm.
I would go with one telekinesis,
Mm-hmm.
and I would go with the healer.
I guess you got to make the healer a junkie though. It'd be hard to get a heal like the way that they make the movie. You know what I mean? It's hard to find a healer that's willing, because remember they're not only healing you, they're absorbing your pain.
Hmm.
So to find a healer to actually do that and take your pain, like shit. That's why you got to junkie that, man. That's the only way.
Yeah, remember, I'm a crime lord. I
That's
was
true.
drugs is gonna be the least of my worries.
Hence the reason Doom is one of my favorites. I'm not trying to change the topic. We're going to stay on this. I'm just throwing him as an example because you cannot have sympathy as a villain. You got to go all out. You got to be an all-out villain. If you're going to be a villain, you got to do it right, man. You got to come correct.
There's, I mean, you can't trust anyone, not even
No.
yourself, and you have to be completely ruthless and with no moral. You might have your own bottom line, but
Mhm.
everything else is fair game.
Exactly. As a boss, you need a villain boss. For me, in a movie, you need the fear. You got to have that big bad. Like it can't just be, oh, I'm gonna decide to be bad because I feel like, no, no, no. You got to go like um like Pablo Escobar bad, like kill babies. Like you don't stop. I've actually I saw that movie with you. I saw Love Wedding Repeat. Did you watch that?
No, I saw it. It caught my attention, but at the end, I didn't watch it. Is it funny?
Okay, for me, I love English humor, like the British humor. I love that witty, dry humor, like because this is the thing, when you get it, and it's not hard to get, but when you really get into that dry humor, it's fucking amazing for me, man. So that movie is a romantic comedy. It has just enough wit to keep you laughing, but it really sticks to its guns. It sticks to its story of what it's about. So from there, it has that awkward humor. It also has where you feel embarrassed for the person. Like it makes you really feel for the two main characters of what's happening and what's going on. And the cool thing is, it's not like the wedding scenarios of, oh, the dogs ran through and something happened and the wedding cake like fell over. Like it's almost scenarios that you can really see happening in a wedding. Like it's a wedding that I would love to go to.
Just to sit down and watch the show and drink wine.
Exactly. It's a show that I would love to go to. Like it would just be great. And I saw that movie and I really enjoyed it, man. Really enjoyed it. What else have you seen? New,
Well, but
old, whatever.
I don't know if it's new. I mean, I found it on Netflix also. And this was just pure, chance. I found it. I was sitting with my wife, and she wanted to see some foreigner movie. And this
Hmm.
movie, it's a French movie. It's called, but he has like this black couple with a white baby, blonde, blue
Hmm.
eyes. So
Hmm.
I read the description of the movie, and it's like supposedly these two African French couple adopt a white baby. So we started watching for the heck of it, and that movie touched so many nerves. It's not funny. It's not funny at all because let's say, for example, what when they start with the baby, they were super enthusiastic. They chose they They say they go to the orphanage. The orphanage tells them, "Okay, we got a baby for you," but he's white. And the parents accepted it with no problems at all, and were super happy with their baby. Right? They didn't care what color he was.
Of course.
But when the mom is with the baby on the street, they think that she's a nanny, and I found that hilarious because when my wife had our baby, and he was recently born, he was white, white, and she's there with her baby, and they would think that she's like taking care of him, is watching the nanny. She's like, no, he's my son. So it's just hilarious. My wife and I look at each other, and we just start laughing and cracking it up when we saw that on the show.
For me, those are the
So
best movies or show. Like those are the best, the ones that you can put yourself in there and just like, you know what I mean? You stop thinking, you stop everything, you just like watch and just laugh at everything that's happening.
Oh, yeah, the movie has so many lines. It's like the guy, the husband is he's from the French. It's one of those French islands in the Caribbean. I forgot the name of it, but he has
Google guy.
he has his yeah. His best friend is like he's asking his best friend to be the godfather of the kid, and his friend like
Hmm.
he tells him, you know, if a white couple adopts a black kid, that kid just got received an early Christmas. And he looks at and starts laughing. And me and my wife start laughing too. And it's like, man, that's so true.
Man, actually, you know what Mitzi put on yesterday, and I'm putting this on my list because we watched the whole thing, even though it was rough. It was rough. It was Season of the Witch with Nicolas Cage.
Oh yeah, yeah, I saw that movie.
I looked at her. I was like, "Man, I don't think you want to watch this." And she got in. She was into it. So like, I put it on my list because I saw the whole thing all over again. It was like watching it again, even though it was like hating it all over again. Like, and then you just watch it and you see the end. And I looked at her. I'm like, "I told you." She's like, "Oh no, that was horrible." I'm like, "Man, it was fucking what is that?" That was a movie that you don't. It's not a repeat movie. It shouldn't even be a
No,
first time movie. But somehow a lot of people watched it.
yeah, I've watched it. And I'm not planning on watching that movie ever again.
No, not at
Also,
all. Not at all. Not at all. Actually, I'm gonna jump in front of you. A show that I was watching, and I remember I've been telling you to watch Blackish for like the last like 3 years.
yeah.
Okay, watch Black as Fuck, Black AF. It's just like Blackish. It's another show like that, but it is for me 10 times more funny. Just because it's about the creator of that show, like with his family, with 6 kids and his wife, who's mixed, and then it's pretty much again, it's just like the show, but it's on Netflix now, and you need to watch that show. Me and Mitzi have been dying on that show. Like it's just punchline after punchline after punchline, and how they go with it. And the thing is because you kind of if you watch Blackish, you kind of understand where the creator goes, and just with him, everything goes back to slavery. He's like, why do black people eat this? Because of slavery. Why do we wear this? Because of slavery. Like everything is slavery. But like you just watch it. Oh my God, we've been no, not even we have been dying on every episode. Like it is amazing. You need to watch that show. I've been telling you from time. Blackish is good. You need to get on this now that you're on Netflix. It just came out.
All right, I'll give it a shot.
You have to. You have to. All right. What else have we seen? We got a week.
All right, I started watching Turkish TV series. Now
Oh
this
God.
is it's called Wolf. Actually, it's military, special police forces in
Hmm.
Turkey that's fighting against terrorism. Wow, what a series! I'm loving it. It's six episodes, just one season. An episode can last like from an hour to an hour and a half. And I just been sitting my butt in front of the TV just nonstop watching. It's like, it's a suspense, it's a thriller. It's like Tom Clancy gone Turkish and talking in Muslim. So it was great. I loved it.
Really? Oh, all right. What's this called?
Wolf. It's called
Wolf.
Wolf. Yeah.
And you're watching it where? On Netflix or is it on a site?
Netflix.
It's on Netflix. All right, let me write that down then. Wolf. I'll tell you what I think. I'll see what's up. I actually, this is funny. I had a call today with someone, with a family member from Mitzi who actually grew up in the States and stuff. And she was telling me you should watch more international movies, and she gave me a couple recommendations. I don't have them on me, but I'm actually going to check them out. So I'm going to actually watch a couple Spanish movies and see what's up. So I'll put Wolf on top of that because again, I'm trying to like open my mind and watch more movies, not just MCU and DC. Like there are more things that come out on TV than just superheroes. So I
Um,
will give that a chance, man, for sure.
yeah, I mean, if you like series like Jack Ryan, or you like the Hunt of the Red
Loved it.
October, stuff like that. I mean, that series something similar. It's about terrorism strike. Then you're picking up the pieces, finding things out. It's low budget. It's not like not as good as those, but it's similar, and it's interesting because it's a different take of what you're normally seeing. You know,
Mhm.
I mean, this is in Turkey. I mean, is they're bombed like once or twice every week and stuff like that. So it's and supposedly the series is based on cases that it's already happened in Turkey regarding what, and supposedly it is based on true facts. It's not that fictional as you would think.
Mhm. Oh, all right, cool. Wolf. Okay, I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna give it a shot. I actually I went to my local video store because surprisingly, like what I said, around the corner they're open like nothing's happening. So I actually got. I'm gonna slam down the movies that I got. All right. So I
All right,
actually let's see if you've seen them. I got Knives Out. Did you watch that one?
which one? That one about?
That's Captain America with the rich family. It's a murder mystery.
No, I haven't seen that one.
It's all right. I enjoyed it. I could at least it kind of gives it away a little bit, like most movies do, especially with like movies that always give the ending in the trailer. But it's very good. It gets you in, and the characters that they play aren't bad. It's with Jamie Lee Curtis. It's with Nash Bridges. You remember that actor? I don't know his real name, but he's in Nash. There is Daniel Craig. Captain America's in it. Chris Evans. And did you? I hope you haven't seen this. Have you seen Knock Knock with Keanu Reeves?
No, with the girls, that he's
Yeah,
at home by himself and the girls come and
yeah,
he, yeah, I've
yeah.
seen that one.
Oh my God, that was the worst movie I've ever seen. Well, the only thing is, you're like, yes, the little French girl, she's actually in it. And like it's all of them and like the rest of the family and stuff. Oh, and there's more, but I can't think of what movies they're from. I should have just got the actors list. But anyways, and they're all together. It's like a family fighting over the fortune because the grandfather something happens and like it goes through a series of events of like them trying to solve it and it's being covered at the same time. So I enjoyed it. I'm not saying it's like 5 stars, but hey, in the middle of a quarantine, it was very good to watch. It killed some times.
Okay.
Also, I watched. I know you've seen this one, so we can talk about this. Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. I had to make sure I said it right.
That movie surprised me, to be quite honest with you, because I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it is. To be quite honest, I started watching it, and I was already criticizing the movie just by watching the trailers. But when I sat down and watched it, I was like, "Wow, this this is pretty a good movie." I mean, I've seen it twice,
Yeah,
so
me
I
too.
mean,
The thing I really like is it how it shows. Oh yeah, spoilers. This time we'll do it before spoilers. I like how they actually show Harley dealing with the heartbreak and dealing with
Yeah.
breaking up with Joker and just literally like just picking up the pieces of her life. But it's funny because I've had two point of views of this movie because my brother watched it and he was like, I don't know, man. It's all right. It's kind of weird and this and that. And I'll explain why he said that. Because he obviously knows Harley Quinn, but he doesn't know too much about DC. So he was
Hmm.
watching it and he's like, it's entertaining and it's okay. I understand it's a comic book movie. And he kept going. When I watched it, I'm like, oh, the Huntress. Oh, fucking Canary. Oh, I'm like
Uh-huh.
these are all arrows. I know all of them because he's like, how is it that they just kind of get introduced and they're already like the badass chick of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of whatever she does, she's the best of what she does. I was like, oh well, I already know the backstory to these guys. So for us, I know we can actually appreciate it a little more and like you know
Hmm.
what I mean, and be like, oh okay, I know them, instead of just saying like, oh, why is she kicking ass? Why does this person never miss? Why does it's like, oh well, I already know that backstory and I already know how the character is. Like when she was like, wait a second, I looked at Mitzi, I'm like, she's gonna do the Sonic scream. She's like, what are you talking about? Ah! But goes out, I'm like, told you, like told you, I
No, that's
already knew.
that's what I like the most about that movie. How when you see like she's going through those stages, like she broke up with the Joker, and then when she realized like, okay, now everybody knows that I broke up with them, and shit hit the fan, and everyone that hated her is gonna come back for revenge.
That's the
And
best.
I liked how like each of these heroines, were doing their own thing, and they started, you see a little bit of their backstory, and all of a sudden they form the team and everything like that. And she bails out the second she could, but I mean it was cool, like how the story carried on, and all these different characters meet up, you learn a little bit about their past, and then like, hey, we work together fine. Let's make a team. Like, man, like, wow, that was so cool.
I really enjoyed how they made the movie and how they kept true to the title because
Yeah,
the movie is Birds of Prey. You learn how the three girls come together and create the Birds of Prey, and then how they just kind of separate Harley Quinn. Like she's there, but they kind of they're like, we brought her in so everyone comes and watch the movie. You know what I mean? Because the next Birds of Prey is just going to be the three that everybody knows.
yeah.
Harley's not going to be in there anymore. Like she's now gone. She can go off and make her own movies or whatever they want to do. But fuck it, that's what I really enjoyed. So it wasn't like, oh, Birds of Prey. Now Quinn is going to join and all this stuff. It's like, no, no, they're the group. We learn their backstory, and Harley Quinn is just kind of she just keeps coming in and out of all their lives. That's what I really
Yeah.
enjoyed. I did not enjoy Ewan McGregor as Black Mask though. I did
Oh,
not at all.
that's the only thing I have to complain about that movie. I felt that the villain was he was plain, he was insipid, he was just bitching and complaining through the whole movie, and it's like that's not Black Mask. I mean, he
No.
this. I mean, I just felt that was the only thing I can criticize about the movie. But at the end, when they blow him up, and that was the most satisfying part in the whole freaking movie. When you just see boom and pieces flying all over the place, like great ending.
It was a little fast too. It's my same complaint, like with Alita. You can't. I don't mind if they go a little fast, but you're talking like, gone. You're like, really? Like, what was the point? What makes you so good if you get killed in 30 seconds without henchmen? Why? Like, you're useless. As a big boss, you should still be able to like protect yourself. And that's a lot of the complaints I have with movies, man. When the boss just pretends to act hard. Obviously, when you know they're gonna die and then get replaced, you're like, oh, okay, this guy needs to die. But when they don't die and they need to die, that's when I'm like, come on, man.
But see, the thing is like you've been spoiled too much. You have Thanos that just every villain you see. you're going to compare him with Thanos. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, out of all the villains that have come out after Darth Vader, he's on top there with toe and toe with Vader. So every time you watch a movie now, especially a superhero movie, you're going to compare him with Thanos. Now the problem is like, yes, this guy was as a villain, he was weak. He was too emotional. I mean, he didn't do anything. He was just bitching and complaining about everything.
Everything.
He was just like a little kid, that got his candy taken away from him and he's throwing a tantrum. But it made it so satisfying how they end him that just says the saving grace of him being the
Ex-
villain. That,
exactly. No, no,
that's
no,
the
no. But
only thing I
still,
can say. He's not Penguin, he's not a Joker, but it's like they could have done such a better role. He's just a pansy.
I've always pictured him like a 1930s mobster. Like that's how he is. He's kind of
That's
like an Al Capone type of figure.
yeah. I mean, that's what Black Mask is. He's pure mobster. But it's like the way they portrayed him in this movie. It was a complete letdown.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I also got to see Maleficent 2.
But how was that? I saw the first one. I haven't seen the second one.
Okay. I'm going to have to. I've done it every podcast because I've been ordered to, but I have to big up my boy Foley because one thing that he introduced me to, and like I catch them way too early now, which could ruin movies, is I always hate the characters that know too much. Like they know everything that's happening before it's happening, and in this movie, it's almost a little bit of the complete opposite, but at the same time, you kind of get that feeling because the crow just like throws everything out there. He's like, "Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. Oh, it's this. What do you think of this?" And blah blah blah. And then everything's happening so obvious. You're like, and it's Disney, right? So like, obviously, they're not going to swear. They're going to do anything like that. But you're like, how do you guys not fucking know? How do you not know? Like, come on, man. How do you fall for this shit? And you just, that's the good thing. I got into it by getting mad at the movie, but I got into it. And I watched it, and like it was another thing. Like all trailers, they show the ending. You know what I mean? In the trailer, so like every time I watch it, I'm like, oh, that's the end. That's why I hate watching trailers nowadays because they always. I could give you 10 trailers where they show the end, and if not the end, at least the end battle, like before the ending. Like this is the worst part. But it was Disney. I'll say it like that. It was Disney.
Yeah.
It was entertaining for the hour and change. You obviously smile at some points, and then if you really got into the first movie and you watch this one, when she's like she looks at her and she goes beastie, and I was like, hey, that's what he called her the first time. Like you know what I mean? It's just you get into it, but it got me angry, man. I got angry in that movie, especially with Michelle Pfeiffer, because she did such a good part. It made me hate her, and they make stuff so obvious. You're like, how do you guys not know? Like, how do you fall for this shit? And then I had a problem with the crow because he knew everything. Oh, I know this and I know that. You have to do this. You got to do that. Oh, I'm gonna sneak around when nobody can see me. Oh man, that was the one thing I didn't like.
Yeah, just hearing
Like,
it is just already annoying me.
all right, I have one, two, I have three more, but go on. You got one?
Then it's another TV series I saw, and this one is from Israel, and it's called Kura, and it's also about terrorism, and it was just fun watching.
You're just all over the Middle East. Eh? Of course, it's all going to be fucking terrorism. What else are they fighting against?
But it's like, it was different for the other one because in this one it's like I the government gives you the power to form an anti-terrorism group. So you and like five cats are going on the street undercover and trying to find these different terrorist cells and stopping them. And but there's
Hmm.
no like high end gadgets or like you got the military supporting or anything like that. It's like all low budget, you know. It's like here's the jump change that we got. So you it's just you as the commander. You got your IT people and you got like 4 or 5 cats on the field undercover. And so you're trying to catch up with the terror, and even the terrorist has more cool gadgets than you do. So so it's pretty fun, and I don't know if it's like how things are there. There's no comments or anything like that when the series starts, so it could be all just BS, and things aren't
Hmm.
really like that. But it makes you believe it is, and this is like Israel against Pakistan or Palestine. I always get those confused,
I would
and
say Palestine. That's how I say it.
I and it's just the hatred that these two countries have for each other is not funny at all.
It is
I
if you
mean,
watch
it.
Zohan. I'll tell you that much.
No, yeah, but after watching this, Zohan is just that's not happening. I mean, it's just it was an eye opener, to be quite honest with you, because we're here in Costa Rica, and the most that we get is like a shootout every month or so, but there were like there's bombings occurring, and you just the people see guys running with AK-47s and high deadly weapons just running by, and they're just like watching, like, oh, another brother being chased. It's like wow, how can you live like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's crazy, man. There's some movies where like I would get lost in my own thoughts, where you stop paying attention to the movie, but you're like, if I was in that situation, and you just kind of put yourself in there, man. Like it's I know exactly what you mean because you're like, what if I went through that? Like, what if we would walk out our doors, there'd be bombs every once in a while, and just like, you know what I mean, dead bodies in the street. Some people see it normal, and then you're just like, whoa, fuck, culture shock.
It's like there's this one scene that really had me tripping. This woman is married to a terrorist, and she's finally separating from him. And she's taken to her. She's running from the country with her things to the Jews, and they're going to Germany. And the mom said, like, we're going to go to Germany, and it's going to be for the best of us, and you're going to be
Hmm.
able to go to the playgrounds and play. And the little girl looks up to her mom, and she's like, "Mom, what's a playground?"
Wow. Yeah.
Exactly. And then I'm like, "Oh my God, she doesn't even know what a playground is." And I've been seeing playgrounds since I'm a toddler. I mean, how
Hmm.
many times have I scratched my knees at a playground and stuff like that? And it's just
Hmm.
like, and you can see that, like, what is that? She had no idea or no clue what a playground, and that was like, oh my God, that was like, shocking for me.
That's
That
tough, man.
really,
That's tough.
yeah.
For me, shows can do that, but it makes me relate because you kind of know that it's a show. But when I watch documentaries, those things fuck me up, man. Those things fuck you up, like for
Those
real.
are. It's like when I watched that documentary of Blood Diamond. Oh my goodness, I couldn't see a diamond like for a week.
Nah, I've only seen the movie. So, let's see. I have a couple more. Oh yeah, on Netflix. Did you watch Coffee and Kareem?
I've seen it and I almost watched it, but I started watching like 5-10 minutes of it and I had to stop.
Man, you gotta go through. You gotta muscle through sometimes, man. You gotta find the
No,
humor.
it's the thing is like um, it's just like the first 5 minutes of the movie where like he sneaks into his girlfriend's house and the girlfriend's waiting for them all sexy and stuff like that. I had my 5 year old running around the house, and my wife like, You gotta stop this movie. We're not gonna continue from this point on. Come on.
That's like the only scene that has sex too. It's the only one. You muscle through that scene. The rest is just action and awkward white
Yeah,
guy. That's all it
I
is.
just I gotta watch it once the kids are asleep, so I can just sit down with no
I,
parental
I
control
I think
on me.
you'll enjoy it, man. It's pretty funny, and it's like what I said. It's just awkward white guy humor, and then like they throw in the action scenes and everything. It's a normal Netflix movie, but it's not bad. I actually, you know what I was watching today, trying to get my internet to working, and for when we were trying for like an hour and a half to try to get this podcast going, I started, sorry, The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan. It's like
Michael,
10
it's already
episodes.
out. Uh-huh.
Yes. Oh man. For let me say it like this. For someone that didn't watch Michael Jordan until the 90s because I was a baby and I didn't really watch TV or sports at that time, it's it's cool and it's teaching everyone younger than me, right? Who Michael Jordan was because he's to a lot of people he's just a name. He's a
Yeah.
shoe, he's a shirt, like he's a product and he's supposedly and I say supposedly because they don't know because I for me he's the best and supposedly the greatest basketball player to ever grace the court. And now all of those kids finally get a chance to see what everybody else saw when he first came and like saved the Bulls and pretty much just blacked out and became his royal airness. And it's cool to see all of those highlights again and like the jerseys and like he's playing Ewing and Isaiah Thomas and just the names that you're seeing again and it's I've always loved those sports movies or 30 for 30 where athletes you respect talk about another athlete of how great they are. I always love that, man. So I've only seen one episode, but I am hooked. I'm gonna slam down all 10. I'm telling
No,
you,
you won't be able to because it
oh, it's
first airs
weekly.
on ESPN. It's weekly and it's 2 episodes per week because ESPN in the US the US ESPN showed the first 2 episodes this past. So Netflix should have it today, and
Yeah.
Latin ESPN is going to show it tonight. So it's going to be 2 episodes per week. So it's going to be like a
Okay.
month.
All right, well then I'm gonna watch the second one today, and then I'll have to wait till the week because yeah. But no, it's great to see, man. I'm telling you, it's good. I enjoyed it, and it's actually looking at the real person of Michael Jordan, not the persona.
I saw I saw like when they were promoting the movie, like supposedly the movie was to come out like in December, I think, or at the end of the year. They were supposed to come up, but they speed it up because of the what's going on right
Mhm.
now. And there's like a bunch of footage and stuff like that that Jordan never gave the approval to be able
Ah,
to show out in the public. So that's coming out in that. And but he said like I'm cool with all this, but there's only one condition. It doesn't have to be all about me. I want it to be about my team, about the coach, about my
yeah.
teammate. And I mean, just with that comment made me want to watch this because I remember the Bulls when they were stopped from the playoffs for, by the Detroit Pistons, by the bad boys. So you had I see Isaiah Thomas, Rodman, and I forgot the other player. And these guys were just these three guys were just a badass team. They're calling the bad boys and stuff like that. So it will great. It will be great to watch that again. I saw that when I was like what 8, 9 years old. So it'll be pretty cool
Mhm.
to see it again and this documentary.
Yeah, no, man, it's really cool, really cool. And the last one I saw, and you know what? I don't care how bad it did in the box office. I watched Doolittle with Robert Downey Jr.
I love that movie. I watched it
I
with
don't,
my wife.
I don't
I
know
don't
why
know
people
why
are
it was so
hating.
bad. Like at first, I was like skeptical because you see him like talking like if you like like a natural gift. but then it's like he learned how to talk with the animals. Like he self-taught himself how
Hmm.
to be able to communicate with them. And I thought that was badass, and he's teaching that along to the kid. I mean, I had fun watching that movie.
There is rare times where we agree with each other, but I completely agree with you, man. I enjoyed it. I actually watch it with Gabriel, and he likes watching the animals go. Like again, okay, I wouldn't cast John Cena as the polar bear, but like, it's not gonna spoil the movie for me either. Like I really enjoyed it. Is a good twist on a story that like obviously everyone just knows the story of oh Doctor Dolittle talks to animals. I like the twist exactly how you said it. It's not that he talks to them like hey what's going on. It's he learned their cadence of noises of language
Uh huh.
so he communicates with them instead of just like oh hey you can hear me hey what's going on let's do this let's do that like that's what I really enjoyed about it and how each character has like its own personality.
Yeah, and how I liked how he's trying to like each one. Not only do they have their own personality, they all have their own issues going on. Like
Yeah.
the gorilla that's so insecure of himself
Yeah.
with his blanket and everything. My boy was going crazy with that gorilla. He wants me to buy him a gorilla now. He wants a gorilla, and he'll get him his blanket too and everything like that. So I mean, had so many things that I was not expecting. That it was truly enjoyable. I mean, I sat down
Oh yeah.
and my whole family watched it, and it's rare nowadays for my two boys to sit down with me and watch a movie.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it, man. I really did.
So that's
But pretty much that's all I could do with my week. Oh no, I watched one more movie because today, and I'm gonna say it again. I see we should be saying our podcast name as much as I'm saying this because it's 420. I watched my all-time favorite weed movie, which is Half Baked, and I watched it now and I haven't seen it maybe in like 2 years, right? And I know the words, I can act it out, I can write the script for you, and I still laugh like it's my first time watching it. I just die. I die every time I watch that movie. It is the greatest weed movie in my opinion of all time. Even though I've seen the truth. That movie was made in like 6 hours. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there is no thought in that movie at all, but I love it. It kills me. I still quote it to this day. I love How High too, but it doesn't compare. It doesn't compare.
you know what movie I used to love watching when I used to smoke? Dude, where's my car? That's like the most stupid, redonkulous movie you can watch.
I no.
Being so
No, I can't watch it. I saw that with full. I think I watched it with Foley in the theater, and we were both like, "This is a little too dumb for our liking." You know what I mean? Like, it's just I can't enjoy that movie. I can't. It's I like the tattoo joke more in Scary Movie 2 than I do the little dude. I was like, no, 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 no,
when they went
no.
to the Chinese place to order Chinese food. And oh man, that always cracks me up.
No, I can't. I don't. Once the bitch went big and became the giant, I was like, no, this is done for me. All of this looking for like I'm not saying Half Baked has a better story, right? Like Half Baked does not have a better story, but I just can't. I can't. No, I did not enjoy that movie at all, and I thought I would because Stifler and Kelso were at their peak. Like they were at their
Yeah,
peak of like stupidness when they made that movie, and still I cannot. I just can't. There's no way. But that's pretty much what I saw for the week. You got anything else, man?
no, pretty much. On Netflix, you know what Gilby Studios are? The Japanese animation.
No idea.
Pretty much. I've been just been catching up on several movies of on those that I've never seen because Netflix has the full collection now, so I'm just taking advantage of that, catching up to things I never seen. I didn't even know they existed until now.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean, man. You're hardcore in that anime stuff, man. You go crazy like another friend of mine. I can only watch the classics. When it comes to new shows and stuff like that, I let it go, man. Even when they're good, I'm just like, nah. I'm like I'm good. Well, sir, if that's all that's going on with us in this past little week, I'm just glad that we're okay. We're doing well. Well, sir, I went on the internet again for the entire week looking for news and letting them do my job for me. So I got some news for us. I don't know if you're frozen or if you can hear me, but we're still going, baby. We still live. All right.
I think
All right. I got some news, and I got actually some trailers that just dropped. Seeing if you saw them.
okay.
Okay. What do we got? We have right now, since Hollywood's been completely dying and going down right now, what I heard is, and this was especially from Marvel, is that they're going to start filming in July. They're going to start filming Spider-Man 3, and they're going to start doing their touch-ups for the Disney Plus. So WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier, they're going to finish up on those. Also, the Loki project that they got going on, they're going to finish up with those and actually get them rolling and start getting people working again. So I heard that at least from Marvel. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Also, what I got here is Mark Ruffalo, the Hulk, because Hulk's been kind of he's been in the air with whether he's going to get his solo movie or not. What he's been raving, I should say, is that he wants to because Marvel now has the rights to do a Hulk solo movie. So they want to do a Hulk
Uh-huh.
movie where they well, like what I was saying, these are all rumors, right? I just grab it's not a reliable source, so don't listen to us, right? But listen to us. So so what they might do is maybe bring take out Wolverine from Captain Marvel 3 and put him into the Hulk solo movie so they can have the Hulk versus Wolverine. Now they brought this idea before because it's actually the original idea of how Wolverine came in, but they kind of threw it out and then they
It
brought it
is.
back. Yeah, they threw it out, they brought it back. Now kind of the fans want to see it a little more, and it's kind of weird how they're very hush hush about things, and then just like little by little, there's little news popping out about like that Wolverine against Hulk, and that's how they can introduce them. Also, Hugh Jackman said he would love to do the
Oh,
MCU.
so
What?
uh-huh. Quick,
Okay.
regarding this Hawk movie, this is going to be pre-Endgame, right? It's not going to be like after the Endgame.
No, this is
Just
gonna
like
be against Professor Hulk.
Black Widow, it's going to be a movie like that.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. So he's gonna be one arm short and smart.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. He'll slowly
And
get
it's
his
in it,
strength
and
back in the arm, but yeah.
you think I thought the arm is completely gone now after using the gauntlet, is it?
I guess. I don't know. I guess with any rehab, I would assume you get it back. It won't be the same strength that it was, but he could slowly start moving it again. You know what I mean? Type with two hands and stuff like that. That's what I think,
Uh,
right?
I thought that maybe they're going to use this movie. Mhm. No, I thought they're going to use this movie to introduce She-Hulk because I know that supposedly she's the next Hulk that's going to be
Well,
appearing in the
remember though, She-Hulk is Disney Plus. She's not getting her own movie, and Mark Ruffalo said he will make a guest appearance in that show. So obviously something bad's gonna happen to her. They're gonna have to do that blood transplant, and then bah, she got the gamma rays, and then she's gonna get all big.
Yeah. I
In
love the
and
idea. So, like, if they do bring Wolverine, I love that idea. because that's
Oh
how
yeah,
that's the first Wolverine appearance in comic books. I mean, it'd be fantastic.
exactly. Now I do know that they're gonna wait for X-Men. They will bring out Fantastic Four first. So Fantastic Four, I think, is gonna get thrown into Phase Five, and then they'll let it go from there. Because I heard they may bring them in individually now and there, but they're gonna come out with Fantastic Four first. So that's where their focus is. That's what I see.
And are they still gonna be using the couple that makes a Quiet Place?
That's in still in works that I hear. You know what I mean? They want him to star in it and direct it. So they're
I
trying. I
hope
don't
it
know. I
happens.
hope so too, man. He doesn't do that bad. He didn't do that
What else you
bad.
got?
What else do I got? Oh, I was freaking out when I saw this. Justice League Dark. They're actually gonna make a live show on HBO Max for 2021.
Uh-huh.
Yep. So
Really?
I'm going to say Constantine's going to be in there. The magician chick's going to be there. Zathara is her name or something like that.
Katrina, I
Uh,
think it's.
Something. And then they're going to have the demon that rhymes. I think they're going to put all of those guys that kind of made that cartoon a little better. That they're going to bring them in. So and then they can actually do it without Batman and Superman, and they'll probably throw them in because it will be from DC, right? But I think they're going to try to make the focus
Mhm.
on the actual DC characters that practice magic more than the original Justice League.
I hope because I mean, remember that series of Constantine that they had?
I
I
loved it.
loved that series, and it got cut off. I was expecting another season, but it just I don't know why. And Constantine is like my favorite, you know, witch hunter that DC has.
Yeah, for sure. No, I love Constantine. I love how nothing goes his
You
way, and
know,
he's pretty much sadly like another Batman who never has any type of personal life, but it makes the character.
it's just he swears more and smokes cigarettes, and he has a British accent.
That's the best.
That's
And they've confirmed the new director for Doctor Strange 2, which will be in a multiverse movie, which it's actually going to be James Raimi. He did the original Spider-Man trilogy with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, I think I heard something about that, which it's like bittersweet because to be quite honest with you, the first two Spider-Man movies he did, I actually enjoyed them, and I was very happy with them. I just don't know what happened with the
Yeah.
third one, how he
Oh,
ruined it like that.
he dropped the ball on that one. It was absolutely horrible. I hated number three.
But was was it his fault, or was it just because the producers got to put their hands into too much into it, and they wanted this and they wanted that? You know, sometimes it gets that complicated for a director once a movie gets, you know, when a movie has high expectations, and everyone gives their opinion or wants this to over it anymore.
Now remember though, that movie made as much money as it did because of they introduced Venom, which was the worst Venom ever. But they introduced Venom, and that's what everybody wanted to see. Because
I,
because turning Hobgoblin into a snowboarding hipster
that movie
was
was just such a
ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Hey,
was.
talking about the comparison of Black Mask, did you see the new Tom Hardy movie? The trailer just dropped about Al Capone. He's like an older version of Al Capone, already senile and everything.
It caught my attention. I really want to see it. I'm like questionable about some things, but I still want to watch a good Al Capone movie. I'll give it a shot,
Yeah,
but I'm not expecting that much.
it's Tom Hardy, man.
childhood
Like
movie of my life.
I don't think he would pick a bad movie. Well, he will. There are plenty of actors
Yeah,
picking bad movies, but at least he's more picky with certain things. Like I still haven't seen too many things that he's done that I'm like, oh, that's shit. It may not be great, but at least I'm not like, oh, that's
yeah.
shit.
No,
And
I still want interest in them. I love mob movies. I'll give it a shot.
yeah, exactly. And I actually found a couple more upcoming movies. Just talking from last time, I think I did not mention they were making a new Bill and Ted with old ass Keanu Reeves and the other guy.
I don't even know. I don't even remember the name of the other guy or what actor. The name of the actor. I think that's the
I
only
don't
thing he
remember
did.
either. Yeah, I don't remember either. Yeah, so Bill, he's in it again. They're also oh, I'm gonna be prepared to shit on this one. They're making a West Side Story movie. Dance fight.
Really?
Dance fight.
Damn.
You know what's something we forgot to talk about for all this time? The new Ghostbusters.
Oh, I'm dying for that movie to come out. I'm dying for that
Dying.
movie to come out.
I want to see it, man. I want to see it with like you know that's Egon's kid, but still.
It's not even his kid; it's his granddaughter,
Well, that's
which is
right.
even better. His granddaughter, and after that flop that came a few years ago about like the female version of Ghostbusters was just like, bleh. It's just like I really want to watch it because it grabs the old one, like they're old, they hardly even appear. It's just like no one knows what the Ghostbuster is, and it just it has to be their old English teacher that realized, like, oh, you got one of those. And it's like, what are you talking about?
It's a
This is
nice
what well,
replica,
I
he
found this in
says.
my grandfather's attic. Yeah. So that's what has me like really psyched about this.
Yeah, for sure, man. No, I enjoyed the trailer that came out. I'm not saying like it looks amazing. We still got to see what else, but Paul Rudd was a good addition to it. I hate that little kid from Stranger Things, so that little skinny kid, I hate him. He sucks.
It's kid actors. I mean, you hardly find a good kid actor nowadays. Not
That's
like
very
that
true.
kid that did science or the it's like kid actors. They always suck. Not that many like like wow, this kid can act, and then he
That's very true.
disappears.
That's very true. I'll give you that. I'll give you
Ah,
that. Hmm?
I got news this week. I was going through YouTube and I saw this the show about the ten upcoming movies based on video games. Now,
Uh-huh.
supposedly, um, some of these movies are still being worked on. Some of
Mm-hmm.
them are just waiting for the actors, for the directors to have the time to start working on, and some of them are already in production. Unfortunately, the one that's supposed to come out is like the bad one that's being talked about, which is Monster Hunter. It's the director is the same guy that did Resident Evil, and he's bringing his wife aboard, which is the girl that also did Resident Evil and the Fifth Sense, the ex model actress now.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I didn't know much about the story until today, and it's like it doesn't sound that promising to be quite honest with you. So, and if you played Monster Hunter, supposedly the idea of the game is that you hunt monsters, you slay them, you get the resources to make better armor and better weapons to hunt more dangerous monsters. That's pretty much the what the game is about. The
Mm-hmm.
movie has nothing to do with the game. Supposedly, it's like this special military unit. It's doing a mission. They find this portal, and then they go to this world where monsters are. They have to hunt the monsters so they can come back to their real plane, to their world. So pretty much
Mm-hmm.
that's you know what the movie is about. That's the one that had most information. because the other ones I'm about to say is either they have the actors but no director, or they have a director but it hasn't started. You got Uncharted,
Mm-hmm. I
supposed
heard of that.
Uncharted. Um, it's Tom Holland as a
Yep.
young and Mark Wahlberg. If I'm not the I'm not mispronouncing his name. He's going to
Mm-hmm.
be Sully. You're going to have a new
Okay.
Resident Evil movie. Supposedly they're making a new Resident Evil movie, but this one is going to be more scary, like more based on the video game. There's
Mm-hmm.
going to be a Mega Man movie.
No.
Super Mario.
No.
Yeah,
No. No. No.
supposedly
No.
Fox
No.
Fox already had an agreement with Sony, but because Disney bought Fox, that has been put on the side. But Sony is pushing to have that movie done. So there
No.
is going to be a Mega Man movie coming,
No.
maybe 2022, 2023, something like that.
I think I've said it 5 times. No. Just no. You can't. No. The game is too good for you to fuck it up. No.
Well,
No.
oh,
They're gonna ruin it. They're gonna ruin
well,
it.
they don't care how your opinion, coach. They're still going to do it.
Motherfuckers, man. It's fucking horrible, man. Oh my god.
Super Mario is going to have a new movie.
A new one.
Yes, supposing. Well, it can't be worse than the original one, so everyone's just waiting and see. Like, it can't go worse than that. So anything that comes out, it's either that bad or it's a little bit better than that one. So it's just gotta wait and see because that one doesn't even have a director yet or anything like that. There's no solid. There's a movie coming out for that one. I think it's scheduled to come out next year
For which one?
or Middle Gear.
Oh shit, that'd be great.
Yes.
That'd be cool. Because you could just make it like a
And
spy movie. You don't
yep.
necessarily have to put in like the mutant villains and stuff like that. You just keep Snake and just have him in the middle of the conspiracy and just trying to solve it.
They just do like the old, PlayStation first one, Middle Gear. What was the name of it? That's more espionage and
Mm-hmm.
you creeping around the base and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly, and there was another Tomb Raider 2 is coming out. Same actress, and I think it's the same director as the first. So there's going to be a Tomb Raider 2,
Mm-hmm.
and supposedly there's going to be a Mortal Kombat movie, but this one is going to be rated R.
Man, they've been talking about that for the last like 8 years, man.
Same
They
thing with the Uncharted. That news came out like back in 2004 or something like that.
Yeah, nah, man. Actually, you know what
Past
the what
10
another one that's been taking forever to come out that they said that this should be coming out this year is Avatar 2.
Oh, I don't know whenever. I don't know when that movie's gonna come out. I mean, they
Supposedly
always been delaying it and delaying it because it's the trilogies that's supposed to be coming out, right? There's like
trilogy.
2, 3, and 4.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. And the James Gunn Suicide Squad is actually, I think it's done filming, or at least like more than halfway through now.
Oh, can't wait to see.
Yeah, because he's gonna come out with that one, then he's gonna go to Guardians 3. But first, he's coming out with Suicide Squad. So he's on the line of Marvel and DC. He's getting paid by both of them.
He's he's playing both sides of the field, huh?
Oh yeah, he's all
Well,
over, man,
yeah,
all over it.
he has to be good to be able to be playing both sides of the field because if not, he wouldn't allow it.
Oh, he's worth the money. He's worth the money for sure.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much all I got for the
Oh,
news, man. What do you got anything else to finish this up?
Yeah, I got a suggestion. I think it's coming out it's coming out this Friday on Netflix. It's the new movie from the that guy at the store.
Hold on, you're breaking up. You're breaking up. The new movie from what?
The Thor, the actor, he has a movie coming out this Friday or
Oh
this
yeah,
weekend
where
on Netflix.
it's the Russo brothers who directed it.
Yeah, Roots of Rose. Yep. Yeah, we
Oh
gotta
yeah.
watch that movie this week,
Oh,
Coach,
for sure,
and
for
craze
sure.
the shit out of it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, 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 yeah. No, no. Well, I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah, pretty much that's it for me. After
Yeah,
that,
that's the news, people. That's the news. That's all we got. There's not much going on with everything on hold. But what something that we did do and that we've been talking about is if you guys have any comments, any questions, any recommendations, put it in the comments so we can see. I'm always on it. He's almost useless and doesn't look, but I'm on it. And so don't worry, and I will get back to any comment that goes out there. So anything that you guys want us to review. Also, what I will do is I will get Brian to make a list of movies, and please vote. See any movie that you want us to watch or review or anything like that. Just throw it out there, guys. No need to be shy.
or you just want to get back at us for this podcast, make us watch a bad movie, go for it. I don't mind.
What they're gonna get back to us for is the crappy video with I don't know if it's on your side or my side, but we've been stalling this whole time. I don't care. I'm still gonna post the motherfucker. So whether you like it or not, it's happening. It's going out there.
I'm good. I'm game.
Exactly, exactly. Well then, hey, we have three questions. One from Sean and two from Barbara from work. Real fast, just on my side, I just want to give a shout out to everyone that's listening right now. Thanks for giving us a shot. Thanks for listening to us, even though you're not supposed to, because we're just gonna talk shit the whole time. Foley, my Puma family, my family, your family. I hope everyone's doing good. Everyone that's listening, just make sure that you're just safe, man. Whether you believe it or not, you just gotta be safe. Wash your hands and just stay inside, man. There's a lot of movies that you guys can watch and just put out there and tell us to watch it too, so we can have a chance to see something new. Because I like what I said. I talked to one person today. Now I'm gonna go international. Fuck it. But yes, the first question I actually really enjoyed. I haven't even tried to think about it to answer it yet because I wanted to pass it to you first. I've heard a couple of theories, but I need to make up my own. And this is actually with the Eternals and X-Men coming into the MCU. Where do we think they've been hiding and where have they been?
For for the X-Men, pretty much I um I have two theories for that one. Two.
Mhm.
Burlocks. They're in the sewers all this time. So they've just been hiding from the eyes. Underneath. That's the first one that came to my
That
mind. Like Murlocs, you know.
that has no thought. But go on, next one.
And then and the second one I did yeah, a little bit more serious thought about it, and pretty much they're all at Xavier School, but the thing is like he has the helmet on. The what was it called again?
Cerebro.
He has Cerebro on, and he's protecting the mutants from telepathically from no one not noticing them. That's it.
That's cool. I like that. Now, one that I heard, which is not my opinion, I'm just going to throw this one out there that I agree with it a lot and it would make a lot of sense, is how in Endgame when Rocket says the snap made a cosmic power of unreasonable like proportion, that actually it not the multiverse, but it kind of increased their powers. Like they were mutants that were like on the fence of like, are their genes gonna kick in or not? And then after the snap of snapping everyone in half, then boom, it kicked it into hyper gear, and they all like really became mutants. And that's what brings mutants into the MCU. Because right now they're
Oh,
just in. Because right now they're just enhancements, right? They're just enhanced people because they didn't have
yeah,
the right to use the word mutants. So I heard that. That was actually really cool. I like what you
I
said.
like that idea.
It right, but again, that's not my
No,
opinion. That was something that I
I
heard from
like that
someone
idea.
else.
But the thing, but see, the thing is like supposedly mutants have always existed and always been there. So for me, they're always hiding. They're always in the background. Maybe is that supposedly we all have that gene on us. Maybe it was
Hmm.
the snap and just being a few that have been hidden
Yeah,
all this time. Is like gene has awakened and it's like, or
exactly.
their offspring. They pass those genes to their offspring, and the offsprings are coming with this new power that has been there all the time. It's been just hidden very well, like he did in the Matrix, like
Hmm.
werewolves, ghosts, and all like that. It's glitches in the Matrix, like
Exactly.
yeah, it's there. It's like people just make it. The government makes it look like it's all folk tales and stuff like that. But with the snap, more people already have that power, and then it's appearing. That'd be a nice touch.
Right, it's not bad. If I had to think about it, and I'm just doing it like right now, what I wouldn't mind is like they were almost like kind of like when they recruited Spider-Man with Tony Stark. They know of them, but they're just not. They haven't done anything to really be not be on the radar, but for them to be worried. So like Wolverine right now, like Nick Fury would know about the Alpha Flight project. It doesn't mean like they know what Wolverine is and he's coming out, but they know about that. You know what
Or
I
the
mean?
Weapon X project.
Exactly. Store. They know of a little girl who controls the weather from Africa. They know about the devil looker, the person that looks like a devil in Europe. You know what I mean? Nightcrawler. And that would be cool if they already
Uh
know
huh.
of the people the same way like they were gonna do in the deleted scene of Nick Fury in the first Avengers, where it would have solved everything. Where he was like, "Oh, I have to worry about a gang of mutants and wall crawlers, and now I got to worry about you." When he's talking to Stark, so it kind of would have put it all together because he already mentioned the X-Men.
Yeah.
But it'd be kind of cool like if without doing the backstory where Professor X they know of him but they don't know what he's doing again because he can disguise his moves and do all that and everything and he's still kind of getting them all together. And that's what I think that they would be. As for the Eternals, it's hard to speculate for them because we haven't seen the movie yet, so we don't know if they got destroyed, if they're in hiding, or the way I'm thinking it, if they're like gods, then they've just kind of they didn't vanish, but they're just looking at everything from a distance, saying, "Okay, look, we tried to get involved one time, but now we're not going to. We're celestials. We need to, you know what I mean? We need to worry about the universe and not just a planet." So that's what I think that the Eternal's been doing the whole time, and I think that Fury is actually maybe looking for them, or he's trying to stop something else.
But remember, I think it's in the second flick in Guardians of the Galaxy that they do make aware that there's beings out there that are like these almost godlike creatures. I mean,
Entities.
when
Entities, sorry.
exact entities like these entities are out there, so they're just in the universe, looking and just taking their time, or they're working on something else.
Hello. Yeah, I know. I heard you. I heard you. Yeah, that's true. Because they also talk about the Titans and like how they used to hold the ring, the stones and blah blah and all that.
Exactly.
I heard a cool thing. I'm not trying to get off topic because we got to answer the other two questions that they have for us. They might be introducing the Brood as the next like invasion.
Oh, that'll be cool.
That'd be pretty damn cool. Okay, the next two actually come from Barb. All right. This one, we got to go into our superhero Rolodex of movies that we have in our head. All right. Name a movie. Actually, no, we'll do this one first. Name two actors that ruined the superhero movies and why. And oh yeah, and you can't say who did you put? It was the easy one. It was the most obvious. Oh yeah, you can't put Daredevil.
Oh no.
For me, okay, I'll let you think about this one. I had a little bit of time to think about it, okay? So I'll give you your 5 minutes. For me, one of them would have to be Steel with Shaq. That one was just horrific. And as much as I love Shaq because he's fucking hilarious, just no. So Steel would be one of them. And the next one I would have to say would be the first one, I was just excited to see him, but after you watch it again, my problem is that they kill everyone way too quickly, and that would be Nicolas Cage as Ghost Rider. Those would be my two that
Oh, you stole that from
they
me.
shot it to shit. No, they shot it to shit. You can agree with me on Ghost Rider, don't worry. But you just try to find one more book. For me, Ghost Rider, again, the first one, I'm like, oh, cool, it's Ghost Rider. But then he's just like, look into my eyes, and he kills everyone right away. And then the second one comes out, and I was just like, no, enough. You're done.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I completely agree with you on the Daredevil. I'm sorry, Ghost Rider. That was just no, a big no-no. But I would go Fantastic Four, the second one.
Oh my god, I don't even register that as a fucking movie. That was by far like it should just be burnt. Burn that movie, burn it now. It was shit. Doom was shit. Everyone was shit.
For that movie, it left a scar on me. I mean, it's like all the actors in that movie just no, no. I mean, that movie has nothing to save. There's nothing that can save that movie. Like, there's no. I mean, I don't want to say this because I don't want to sound racist or anything like that, but seeing Johnny Storm black is like, no, no, you can't do that. You know, there's some things that you can't change.
It's like
Or it's like when you
Kingpin.
saw
Kingpin and Daredevil.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep, pretty much.
Yeah, no, it's things you don't need to do. And I didn't like what they did with Nick Fury either, but again, it's not about race. It's about yo, I'm used to seeing him like a Charlton Heston. You remember True Lies? You remember that
Yeah,
movie? That's Nick Fury for me in that movie. Like he has the eye patch. He's an old grumpy ass man who's lived through war and all this shit. That's my version of Nick Fury. Obviously, like okay, Samuel Jackson is great, and I still watch it. But yeah, I know exactly what you mean, man. I know exactly what you mean.
and then let's say for example with Nick Fury, it took like maybe 2 or 3 movies for me to finally accept him as Nick Fury. But, but yeah, my Nick Fury was like this ex-soldier with the eye patch, always has cigar in his hand, brown hair
Yeah.
with white hair. And, it's like this muscular kind of guy. That's Nick Fury for me too. So it did
Hmm.
it did take a while for Samuel Jackson as Nick Fury, like 3 movies. Like okay, I can I can see him as Nick Fury now.
Like,
I
all
have
right, I'll
nothing
take
against.
it. I'll take it. I'll take it. And the
It,
last one actually took me a while to think about because this is not just superhero, it's anything. Okay. Name a movie that's been spoken about for years that hasn't been rebooted or hasn't been remade and why. Like almost like which movie that always be around but is like untouchable that they shouldn't
oh,
touch.
Casablanca or Gone with the Wind. Just those two.
Yeah.
Casablanca and Gone with the Wind are the movie. There's always a mention of those movies, or there's always a scene or line from those movies that's always appearing year after year after year, and it's in all genres. action movies, comedies, dramas, even documentaries sometimes use your line. But there's never will never be a reboot of those movies.
Now, I don't know if this has been talked about for years, but I actually thought about this movie, and it's something that could be remade, but I hope they never do. And I'm talking Heat, like the greatest 20-minute bank robbery you've ever seen in a fucking film, Heat. Now, I took that quote from the show from Netflix because I was thinking about that before, and then he was like the bank scene. I'm like, my brother loves that scene. Like when it came out, he would put it on and just that one scene, and we would just watch it. When Val Kilmer walks out and he doesn't even think, and he just looks at the cop and starts blasting him with the gun, and it's just silence, no music, no crazy like sound, just bullets hitting metal and just like running and the breathing and all the craziness. I think Heat is a movie that a lot of people talk about, especially since it was the Pacino and De Niro scene when they come together at the table and like they have that conversation and everything. Like without touching Godfather and stuff like that, I think Heat for me is one of those, and another one that should never be touched is Braveheart.
True.
Like it came out great. They did the Netflix show with Chris Pine about the king. Okay, cool. That's not bad either. But just don't bring back William Wallace. Like that portrayal has been done. It was done to perfection. Just let it go and never bring it back. Just make everyone go back in time and just watch it. Like that for me are the two movies like they should not touch at all. And they I've been speaking about them forever.
But see, the problem with those movies, the ones that you just mentioned, is that they're not that old. They were like what in the '90s. Braveheart was like during the '90s, and he too wasn't it like '95, '96, like around there, or was it
Do,
later?
have you realized that 1990 is now 30 years ago?
Stop that. But see, the thing
No,
is
look at
that
my face. No, look at my face. Before you even keep going, look at my face. 30 years. Don't talk to me like the 90s were
but
like 5 years ago. The 90s are
but
old now. The 70s
but
and
see,
80s and 50s are
Cas-
ancient.
tell me when Casablanca came out.
I have the movie here, but I'd have to get up and get it. It's like what?
Nine
70s?
further back. It was black and white, Papa. That's when it was like done in the 50s or 40s, something like that. It was during the golden era of Hollywood. That movie will never be retouched. They will never remake it. The only thing they've touched to that movie is when Technicolor started getting popular and they added some color to the movie, and
Mm.
that's it. That movie will never be touched. That's like a gem. It's like touching, Hollywood's balls. He will just not allow that movie to be touched.
That's
You
true.
know, his
That's why I was thinking more
those movies.
recent.
See, Heat and Braveheart. Yes, you're absolutely right, and I do agree with you on that. Those are gems and shouldn't be touched. But because they were done 30 years ago, it's a movie that someone can come along and like, hey, let's touch this movie or let's make a remake of
Yeah, but
this
they
movie or
shouldn't.
something like that.
But they shouldn't at all.
But they
They should
will.
not. Hopefully not.
Remember that movie? You remember that movie of Keanu Reeves that he's like this detective, FBI detective, and he goes undercover as a certain.
Oh, you're talking about Point Break, baby.
Uh huh. That's a great movie, wasn't it? I mean, I enjoyed it as a kid. I mean, when I saw it in my younger days, and I
Yeah.
just realized that I think it was last year, that they made a remake of that movie,
Yeah.
and it was like, why? Why touch this movie? I mean, this movie had nothing wrong with it. It was a great movie, but they went ahead and touched it, and they
Yeah.
just ruined it. So that's why I'm saying that those two movies you picked, I hope they don't, but the possibilities of it happening, it's more than if it's Casablanca or Gone with the Wind or any of those famous movies back in the golden age.
That's also like me saying, "Oh, they won't touch Citizen Kane." Like, but see, the thing is, I never watched those movies, no matter how great they are or how historically acclaimed and like, oh my God, it was the vision. That's cool, man. I give credit where credit's due, but like, I have not seen those. So when I'm thinking about like what shouldn't they touch, I was like, it's these movies that I love.
You do have a point there. It's like I wish they never touched what movie? What recent movie they made a remake of? Like The Matrix. That they're saying that the Matrix 4 is coming out. I don't want that to happen.
But it's still the Wazowski sisters now.
Yeah, but still, I don't want it to touch. I don't want. You don't need to touch it. Neil died. He saved humanity. Everything's supposed to be working. There's no reason to bring him back alive again. You
I
know,
agree.
there's just
I agree.
you don't touch that. I mean, I just hope they never do. But
Well,
hey,
sir, I
it's a
know our
sequel.
podcast is coming to an end because I got someone here who's trying to get me. You want to say hi to everybody? Say hey, hey.
Hey,
But like always, man, yo, I had a blast. I love doing this podcast with you. I love the viewers that are checking us out, man. We appreciate it so much. And again, leave comments, people. Don't be shy. Throw whatever out there. It doesn't matter. And as much as I hate to do this, I know it's tough like this, but we do have social media, and you can actually get at us in Facebook, where we're both on. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. Both Roberto Moreno's. So if you guys want to get at me or get at us, just hop on and ask us anything, man. Any questions, any movies, and man, be safe out there, Brian. Guy, I always love this. I hate the fact that it takes. We always have technical issues every time we're about to start.
we're always late because of me. And once I'm
You
finally able
suck.
to start, because we're able. Okay, I'm right now. We have technical issues.
Exact technical issues. And if you have a problem with the video, too bad, so sad. We're trying to get an upgrade, and it will happen with time. All right. All right. So Gabriel, say
All
bye
right.
to everybody. Up here, say bye.
Bye.
All right, Brian, man, take care. And same time next week, baby.
Same time next week.
All
You
right,
guys be
perfect.
healthy. Remember, don't go out. Wash your hands. Be safe. Be clean. And again, thank you so much for the support for all of you that's listening to us. Leave your comments. We don't care what you have to say. Just say it, either good or bad. We will take it. Have fun.
Shout,
See you guys
shout
next
outs to
week.
Foley. Foley. All right, man, take care.
All right. Peace.
All right, peace.